What's Gucci guys, Zack Dowdy here, and today is another DIY skate video tutorial. Super hyped to get into it because we're installing curbs. The curbs that I previously made in another video, we're going to be putting them on a dish spot that I'm always fixing up, so hyped to get into it. This will also apply to like cinder block ledge or any kind of application to a curb. So without further ado, let's jump into Home Depot, get some of the essentials, which is pretty bare for this. Then let's get to work. So we're going to actually be buying some polyurethane loctite construction adhesive. We're also going to be using some Sika anchoring adhesive. This is some super heavy duty stuff. I'll dig into the details of why we're going to use both of these and the combinations later. We got all the essentials. Let's head over to the skate spot. I'm actually going to park really close to the spot, unload the curbs, get them really close to the spot, and then go park somewhere else just to make it easier on my back. Then find a nice safe place to park where you're not going to get busted at the spot. I'm actually really grateful. I parked here and then I was going to move, and then one of the neighbors here at this spot where I'm building at was like, no, you can stay there, man, no worries. Came out here and started blowing the whole thing down with this blower. I didn't have to sweep. Just goes to show, respect your spot, respect the people around it, good things come. First thing you're gonna wanna do is just clean everything up. You want it free of any debris or extra dirt because that's just gonna get in your way of your adhesive and then it's not gonna be as strong. So basically just clean up all the spot and then we're gonna line up the curbs to where we want them to actually be installed. If you're curious of how I made these bad boys, I've made a whole nother video on making these from scratch. I'll leave a link down below or up here somewhere. You can check that out if you're interested. Now I will say that these products are specifically good for skate spots versus some of the other alternative options that are out there that are a little bit cheaper and just don't last as long. Also leave links down below so you can do a little bit of your own research. And I would say the only other thing is maybe some water would be useful so when you're at the spot, and a little spurts of water on the polyurethane actually does cure it faster. So if you're in a situation where you're trying to skate it faster, water will help. So once you have the spot all clean of debris and you're ready to go, you essentially want to line up your parking block with the bank in my case, or a cinder block if you're doing a ledge or anything like that. It just makes it a lot easier for the next step when we start caulking and everything like that. It's less anxiety inducing. The other thing is you definitely want to use gloves if you have them. Caulking and all this stuff that we're doing today, adhesive, can definitely get on your hands and just mess it up. So use gloves if you have them. Almost every caulking comes with a little spout cutter on here too to open up all your adhesive. They also come with a nice little poker that helps when you want to clean out the spout of your adhesive. So we're going to be using the Loctite polyurethane adhesive first. My goal is to completely cover the bottom of the curb and the top of the bank so that both areas that are bonding together have Loctite on them. And you can definitely add more glue and more adhesive to wherever you feel like there's more gaps. Essentially, just the goal is to level everything out so it's nice and straight. Yeah, something else that I should also mention is that I made these curbs so they're actually banked on the side. So this bank is actually going to go right up to the curb. So it's not going to be so much of an abrupt, and it's going to be more of an actual lift. Loctite is holding the curbs and everything into place. It normally takes about 24 hours to dry, but next we're going to move on to step number 2, the Sika anchoring adhesive. This stuff is a lot more heavy duty than grout, mortar, or any of that stuff, so it can just take the abuse of skateboarding trucks and hitting it really hard. So it's going to kind of be the front facing stuff that we use to basically hold all the concrete and everything into place. Now I did use the whole bottle of polyurethane, but I only used about half of this, and I probably could have even used less, so stuff definitely lasts a while. I really like the nozzle that it comes out of too. It makes it really easy for applying, and then scraping it afterwards kind of like fills any extra cracks that you might have missed. The two adhesive are both on there, and it is locked and loaded. Let me tell you, I've never used this secondary adhesive. It is so strong, like already I can feel that it is going nowhere. So I did bring some Bondo. I bought some Bondo. It's not in the budget, but I did get some at Home Depot earlier. I do want to hit it with Bondo just to smooth everything out. One final go over. Alright, we're back at the spot to Bondo the entry and the exit points. And I was adding the curb, I noticed the entry and the exit points of some of the other banks that I made videos on for this YouTube channel were kind of getting messed up as well. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a patch job with concrete and then I'm going to go over that with Bondo. The reason being is because Bondo's really expensive. And if you patch with concrete, it's a lot cheaper, and then you could kind of do your final seams with the Bondo, so it just is more cost effective doing it the way that I'm going to show you how I did it. And basically what I did is mix mortar with the combination of Rapid Set Quickcrete, because the Rapid Set Quickcrete has some rocks in it. It's a little bit stronger than straight mortar. It wasn't a huge process, it was actually really easy to do. I basically just brought just enough concrete, just enough water to mix and patch up a couple spots so that now we can get down to the Bondo work, which after the Bondo work, I'm really excited because this spot's gonna be fun. So now it is Bondo time. Almost every skateboarder has used Bondo. If you've DIY'd a spot before, it's one of the first things that you kind of DIY skate spot with. It's really kind of quick drying and really rapid, and you can skate a spot within like minutes using this stuff, like 20 minutes. But like I said before, it is really expensive compared to concrete. Bondo's best friend is tape. You need tape if you're gonna Bondo. It literally saves your life. So step one to Bondo is basically clean up the spot. You want to sweep everything up just so there's no debris. You don't want the Bondo catching onto anything else. You want a nice clean surface. So if there's dirt, anything like it, sweep it out of the way. All right, I got a nice clean area right here all swept up, ready to Bondo. So I'm just gonna tape up, kind of block off the areas that I want to Bondo. In this situation, I put more tape on the top where I'm going to be scooping up the Bondo versus the bottom starting point, because I'm going to try to just do one pass if possible. It's always a little bit of a challenge because Bondo's really sticky and kind of hard to work with. Time to mix some Bondo. Brought a piece of wood to mix the Bondo on. Alright, now I'm going to mix the hardener in. I'm going to work pretty fast, so I'll just leave the camera rolling. I'm gonna be honest, this is probably the cleanest Bondo job that I've ever done. I'm not very good at Bondo, so I'm pretty hyped on it. I will say something that really helped me was not adding too much hardener right away, adding less hardener and just going for it. I almost thought that there was not enough hardener, but now I'm realizing that there was just enough. So if you're using Bondo, don't feel like you need to use all the hardener. You're almost better off using a little less and trying to harden it after than trying to add all the hardener right away, and it'll just turn into a block and it'll be impossible to work with. I even had a little bit of extra Bondo, so I hit the spot up above the other banks that we built in previous videos. I didn't really have time to tape it, I just had extra, so I kind of threw it on. It's actually not bad. I'll show you how that looks, but basically this Bondo dries so quick that within the same session you can really skate it. But I'm not going to do that today because the other concrete that I laid yesterday is still curing. So basically I'm going to rip the tape up and let this cure for like another 2 days so that it's just rock solid and hard and ready to sesh. We're back. It's been a few days. The concrete is definitely dry. The Bondo's dried. Everything looking good. Just checked it out. I forgot my broom. Just gonna use my foot. Sweep it up. No big deal. Time to give it its final coat of lacquer. Final enamel coat. Basically, it's gonna make the curb grind really good. And then after that, you can wax it if you want to. Then we're gonna get skate session. kind of cool that you can hang up now. It makes it a whole different spot, you know? Tricks are different. You could do different tricks that you couldn't do on a regular bank now that you can hang up and there's a deck. It just makes it more fun, different than it was before. Alright, I'm dusted. I want to do a backside air. The fact that you can't even do a backside air, that is possible on the spot now, is so fun. And I'm not bragging because I built the spot. I'm just hyped. Genuinely just hyped because I built it. It's so fun building something and see it come to fruition, or having an idea and see it come to fruition. Building skate spots can be very intimidating, but you can do it. You just have to get out there and give it a try. Whether it's a skate spot or whatever you're trying to build from the ground up, you can do it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not already. See you guys in the next one when we actually skate the spot and get a real session. Mash.